And now, a moment of silence.
Devil damn!
You ruined it!
I'll have you know, good sir, I am the one that does the on-command belches around here.
Oh, I thought that was hot. Wow.
No, that was
okay.
that was my breakfast talking.
That second one was me, though.
Okay.
But, by the way, you know, throughout the whole time you've been wearing those boots, Cele, I swear at some point, like, just as an idle animation, Link should just freaking slip and fall right on his bum.
Just one time. One time, just was it like in Majora's Mask, like when you're wearing those boots on the ice and you go too far and whoop, there you go.
No, I was just about to bring that up. You mean Wind Waker?
Yeah, I said Wind Waker, didn't I? Or did I say something else?
You said Majora's Mask.
Dang it.
Actually, I'm sorry, but just James wrecking the moment.
Those boots were a detriment to me getting that.
I told you, Cele, you should have put on your normal boots.
I want to say, just going back to the opening real quick, James ruining the ambiance with his burp reminds me of... I know James mentioned, like, Johnny's playthrough of it. The playthrough of Four Swords Adventures I've seen a lot is the Runaway Guys, and I love, one of my favorite moments of it is during the end credits where they're giving out their thoughts on the game. Emil was in the middle of giving out his thoughts, then just all of a sudden, while he's talking, Tim makes, like, a very audible fart, and, like, there's silence, and then all of a sudden their guest just goes, "Oh God."
I gotta watch more of that playthrough.
I'm sorry, I just realized, like, he immediately does that. I mean, actually, another thing, was this before or after Breath of the Wild came out?
I'm pretty sure it was before.
Okay, if it was after, I'd be like, oh God, he just let out the calamity.
We're going for a ride.
Yay.
I feel like Tim probably would make that joke eventually.
I wouldn't be
But I
That
do
looks
love.
so unfitting in the desert. Just saying.
Yeah,
and
it is.
look at this,
Whoop.
guys.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Our last heart piece.
Oh,
Hey.
finally.
We've done it.
But yeah, I was about to say, like, what I love is that, like, that by itself is funny, but just the way they continue it,
I
it's
don't know
like...
why I thought that would work.
Like, that by itself is
shot.
hilarious, but I also just love the continuation, so it's like, oh God, I don't smell it yet, but it's coming. So it's like, okay, so if he passes out during the middle of Emil's monologue, you know what happened. It's like, when I pass out, run.
And the way you make that sound hype, I'm sorry. I'm reminded of that old quote we love from the critic, like, alright, they're on to me. I'm gonna have to release a cloud of noxious amnesia gas.
It's not amnesia gas, but it sure is noxious. You gotta give me that.
You gotta give me that.
So yeah, speaking of noxious, welcome to the adult half of the Spirit Temple.
Oh yeah.
Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez.
Get ready.
Oh boy.
I did forget to bring this up earlier, but I mean, I know Cele says this is her favorite dungeon in the game, and I mean, I'll let her keep on to that. This one never left much of an impression to me beyond the whole stuff you see with Nabooru.
I mean,
I think it's my favorite dungeon just because of the music and the boss fight.
The music honestly is kind of... Honestly, I'm not a big fan of the music. It's like... Maybe... I don't know. Maybe it's just the whole... It's got that kind of tone that most desert themes usually go for that make it sound so drab.
I'm really sorry. Just going back to the Craig. Another thing I remember, it's from, I think it's the only episode I saw from beginning to end, but it's the one where Jay Sherman's boss is like deathly ill and they're trying to find these cures for it. I remember I quoted that episode at one point out of context during Mario Odyssey, and like the line in particular I quoted was "horsefly embryo," and for some reason that got Icky into a laughing fit.
It was a weird combination of syllables that no man was ever quite ready to hear out of context.
They injected me with horsefly embryo, and now all I have to show for it is kaleidoscope
That is
vision.
kind of funny.
Wow, it's like 2,000 pounds of peach.
A solid Sherman.
Also,
I'm
sorry, Logan. Ow.
Oh!
Oops.
I'm sorry because I keep saying oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez.
I'm sorry. I don't know. I'm
can't
sorry.
share it?
I just had the image in my head, which is another thing I say too often in the show. That you're like, the time you have that made it seem like, what were those were your last words? Just running headlong into a boulder. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The boulder
Let's
called.
put our new ice arrows to the test.
I'm sorry.
Oh,
The
boy.
boulder. Whoa.
Microwave pancakes.
That's not microwaving them.
Well, no,
That's the opposite of it.
Well, no, hear me out. That's what they're like before you put them in the microwave.
I mean, technically, it's not wrong.
Oh yeah, that's true. I mean, you microwave? Okay. Waffles, I don't microwave. I always toast.
Oh no,
my
those go
waffles.
straight into the toaster.
Right.
Oh yeah. Okay, I played the wrong song. Hang on.
You just flood the room. I'm wondering.
I made a mistake.
Okay, there we go.
Real talk, I only put waffles in the microwave as like a last resort in case the toaster's not working.
So what is
Right.
this thing? Is it a fairy?
It's some type of fairy, if I can get it. It restores only 8 hearts, but it completely refills your magic power.
When you're feeling all down, the fairy will come around.
There they do.
Oh, I didn't hit any of those. Wow.
Lucky.
What is that song? Who sang that song?
I don't know. It is like one of the oldest internet things I've ever
absolutely.
seen.
Yeah,
And I
makes
still
sense.
love it.
Come to town!
I heard it was.
The bridge
I
is
heard it
all
was
down.
System of a Down, but I think that was just a rumor.
That cannot be system. I'm googling it right now. Okay.
Okay.
Link. He come to town.
town.
That's all. That's all I'm gonna Google. Let's see what happens.
It honestly just sounds like something that belongs on the Newgrounds animation.
Joe.
It was during that era.
It's okay. It's by someone named Joe Plyman. So let me Google Joe Plyman, like the stupid internet detective I am.
By the way, make note of this puzzle we're about to activate. Not with this,
Yeah.
mind you, but
No, but there's not
watch,
at all.
watch out for Floor Masters. Where's the other one?
You know what? I gotta say, that's a Netflix original series I wouldn't mind seeing. Logan
Oh
Shaw.
shoot!
that's
It got me! It got me!
Oh,
what got you?
Get off the little hand, which means that now that it got him, it's become a big wall. It's become a big floor master.
Yeah, and now we're back
okay.
to square one fighting this thing.
I mean, kudos to you, Cele, for literally going at this thing without putting on the lens of truth.
Okay, so first off, some things I found is a Kotaku article. So first off, I've seen a Kotaku article that read, "No, System of a Down did not make
Just
a
to make
Zelda
sure.
song. Joe Plyman did," and I'm looking at Joe Plyman. He's a sound engineer. He actually got nominated for a Daytime Emmy Award for Outstanding Achievement in Sound Editing for a TV series.
Which one?
What was this? It's I can't pronounce. Why can't I pronounce this? Janie and Jerome.
Huh, that sounds familiar.
He also was an editor for a TV series called Word Girl. It was an old edutainment thing. What else do we have here? His discography includes.
I'm not opening that chest because that's a nice track.
No worries. His discography includes a couple theme songs for TV. Link, He Come to Town, and that seems to be it. But yeah, looks like he was just goofing around on Newgrounds one day and made Link, He Come to Town.
Fair enough.
Which I love that that's what everyone's calling the name.
Every now and again. I mean, heck, look at Christina V's Twitter.
Oh yeah, that is just... I'm honestly surprised, like, considering how the industry is kind of doing nowadays, I'm surprised she can still be, like, the meme queen she is and still keep her job.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, kudos. I mean, hey, if she's allowed to do all that stuff, then I'd say flaunt it for all it's worth. I mean, how, like...
Honestly, like... I'm sorry, I'll let you continue. I'll let you Yes?
I'm not sure if this is the right time to bring it up, but you know how the statues has those big honkers?
Yes.
Those
Oh
big
yeah,
honk-
those big Gerudo honkullas.
Van Hanukkah Hoogs.
The big Honagabanagos.
You can hook shot onto the nipples.
Someone actually and bear in mind, you can't do that on just any texture. So somebody conscientiously made that a hook shotable texture.
I wonder if that's still the case in the 3DS version.
Oh, but do be careful about doing it, because if you do, there's a chance that will actually hurt you.
Wow, those are some very spiky Dunkaroos.
There's a life lesson to be learned
also
here
the-
somewhere.
It's also the statue's way of saying
It
hands
has
off.
to be.
Look,
If you get
don't
hit by
touch.
doing it, it has to be a lesson like respect boundaries.
Yeah, but anyway, just like, but before I forget, like James was talking about how, like, hey, if you can get away with it, flaunt it. As someone that, like, I have some friends that retweet some of her stuff. As someone that have seen half the stuff that she posts on Twitter, sometimes that's quite literal.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, nothing from her will ever get me as much as when she, like, back when Sword and Shield was getting pretty big. Like, she did that whole fan comic of like, "Score Bunny, what do you have in your hand? A knife."
No. That was fun, and it was nice to hear a different range, like with the voice she gave the Score Bunny. A knife.
But yeah, there's that, and just like it's kind of funny because it's oh boy. And what's kind of funny is that, like, I don't know if she's ever done it yet, but I do remember at one point she mentioned, like, I think it was, like, if I get a certain, like, number of, like, followers, I don't know what the stipulation was, but she made a promise that, like, if some stipulation was met, she would take a picture of her cosplaying as Shantae.
Ooh.
Oh, wow, that'd be fun. Careful. Get right
Thank
in the
you.
middle of
You're
them.
doing the exact same thing I did. That's
And
noise.
torch them.
Yep.
Also,
There
I
we
didn't
go.
think I was gonna get all of them.
I'm starting to get the feeling you're going to be wearing these gaudy boots for the rest of the game.
I mean, they will help you in the case of if you accidentally walk too close to the edge of a ledge. You can always just quickly reposition
Yeah, like
yourself.
this helps.
Oh, jeez. Like, that could have helped. It's supposed to fall in.
But I don't want to have to deal with Butterfeet forever.
Probably because I'm so used to it.
Now you know how Luigi feels.
Literally.
Oh, and by the way, I used to think you had to wake all of them up and pray one presses a switch, but no, there is a way to do this.
You know, it's kind of, now that I'm thinking that, kind of a funny coincidence, considering Cele did do Mario Galaxy for us. Although I did tell, I forget who, if it was me or someone else, told her that, like, just so we're not cliche like everyone else, we'll just do a standard playthrough.
Yeah, because I was about to say...
There, you
like,
happy?
I was about to say, because, like, I do know that, like, when a lot of people play it, like, everyone and their grandpa always picks Luigi instead of Mario, because,
He is,
you know...
he is essentially the better
Do
character.
not fight this guy with hover boots.
Oh,
yeah,
duh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because I was
Jesus.
about to say that they do that because, you know, because who cares about Red Luigi anyway?
Heh.
So careful.
Also,
careful.
that's how it is now, huh?
Honestly, kind of.
Yeah, bitches, I'm bringing this voice back after so long a hiatus.
We'll get to it as soon as we get to Luigi's Mansion.
Yeah, it's like, it really is... I've mentioned it a few times, but it still stands. Like, it kind of gets to a point where you kind of have to stop and ask yourself, is Luigi still considered underrated nowadays?
Not really.
I remember there was a recording where I was playing Mario Party with my friends, and I actually said on camera, Luigi's underrated.
To be fair, I don't think Luigi's ever been underrated. It's just a matter that Nintendo kind of treats him that way.
Yeah. Oh, this item's cool, you guys.
And this
It
is...
is.
The mirror shield.
It's very small.
Yeah, I was
The
about
shield's
to
power
say.
surface can reflect light or energy.
It's like a little
But-
keychain.
Like, I remember it being bigger.
It can't reflect projectiles.
Well,
It's really
imagine-
only just as a means to solve those occasional sunlight puzzles.
Which,
That's
I mean,
literally it.
which honestly, gotta give him props. Now I'm thinking about it. Ow, standing back up. Gotta give him props. Like, light and shadow puzzles, like, this still seems pretty ahead of its time with, like, it's not like, you know, it's not like ray tracing or super, like, big, but like, this here, like, having a lighting puzzle like that does seem pretty advanced for the time this came out.
Oh, of course. And
You're right.
I
I never thought about it that way.
Now then, I do believe it's time for Cele to nerd out about it because there's a certain fun fact behind it.
Oh, what's up?
The design.
Oh yeah, the design. I was debating whether I should actually bring it up sooner, but
Yeah, go for it.
so you might notice that if you remember playing this as a kid, you might remember it had a crescent moon symbol and not whatever that is.
Mm-hmm.
They actually changed. It was in version 1.0, but they changed it. They changed the entire Gerudo symbol because it was too. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for?
It was too close to another particular tribe.
It was too close to Islamic.
Look at this great puzzle that designer spent 2 hours designing.
Alley-oop.
Goodbye.
And then there are sometimes in the randomizer where you have to do it the legitimate
And
way.
it's hard, but yeah,
You know,
just looking at them, like, wow, they really should have told that guy, yeah, actually, this dungeon's gonna come after they get the long shot.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I just imagine, like, just that whole moment reminds me of, like, when Archie did their adaptation of Mega Man 3, when Mega Man's going through Top Man's stage, he has Rush just flying over a good chunk of it. It's like, that's not how you're supposed to do it!
Well, hey, that's how it works for me.
So what's the deal with this room? Also, I've been meaning to ask, what the hell are these fire slugs?
They're called torch slugs.
Oh, fair enough. So which door is the real one?
This one.
Oop.
Let's see if throwing a bomb will actually work. And it does.
That wasn't a
my
real.
goodness.
That was a real fake door.
A real fake door.
Really, though.
Okay, so that causes that to appear. Oh, and then there's a switch up there.
Yep.
Oop.
But yeah, I will say in regards to the change symbol. I mean, truth be told, I think that makes more of an impression than the present symbol that they had in the original build.
Yeah, it's more unique, and if I remember correctly, both Onyx and Varen had it in the Seasons games too. I mean, Oracle's games too. I said Onyx, so I was automatically thinking of Seasons, but I mean, yeah, they had that symbol in the Oracle games.
Which, yeah, by that point they pretty much they already made the change.
Yep.
But yeah, I think that's, well, actually, except for one other thing, that's like all the major changes that Ocarina of Time had to be made to the game via patches.
Actually,
or, game
I'm not
updates.
sure if anybody noticed, but in the graveyard, not the graveyard, but the grave where you raise Domp the chest with the hook shot, they did forget to change the crescent moon symbols on the top.
I mean, by that point, I figured that'd just be like a minor accident.
Well, it's close enough. It's already like we're almost already there and stuff.
Okay, these enemies are weird. These are called white bubbles.
So how do you kill
They
them?
white bubbles.
They will hurt you if you they hurt you in some way, but I can't remember how.
Tackle you?
I think no, they're actually not aggressive toward you at all.
Don't they?
I think if you hit them while they're moving, they will hurt you.
Aren't there some weapons? Aren't there some enemies that can like? Maybe I'm thinking of Majora's Mask. Aren't there some enemies that can curse you and thus prevent you from drawing your weapon?
Yes, blue bubbles.
Okay.
They don't do it in this game, but they do it in Majora's Mask.
Gotcha. And
I think,
light puzzle.
Actually, no, wait, no. Blue bubbles weren't in,
I think they were in Wind Waker too, I believe.
I don't think they've ever been in the 2D game, so there's that.
Nope.
Also, I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but I swear the armor on the Lizalfos make it look like they're wearing freaking bikini armor.
I can see it.
I can see
That's
that.
how
But I just want to bring up real quick, there are 4 types of bubbles in Ocarina of Time, and I think only 2 in Majora's Mask. There's a red bubble, blue bubble, green bubble, and white bubble in Ocarina of Time, and then in Majora's Mask there are only red and blue bubbles.
But they don't even look like bubbles. Which is actually ironic, considering we technically dealt with bubbles earlier, like actual bubbles earlier in Lord Jabba's belly.
And they're called shabombs, the Japanese romanization for the word bubble.
Well, then, now you mention it, what are bubbles called in Japan?
I was just about to look that up. Hang on. But first, we reached the end of the part here.
Quit
So
judging me. They don't look anything like bubbles.
wait, no, I don't want to look up red bubble because that'll take me too.
On
long.
that
And okay, on that matter. By the way, we're solving a giant, massive puzzle. Join us in the next part as we destroy the Desert Colossus, while these two numbnuts look in their encyclopedia on what qualifies as a bubble.
only one of them has those.
You're so mean. No, I'm kidding. We'll see you guys in the next part.
Damn, and I was hoping we'd finish the temple by that part.
Close.
Okay, good. No one heard me.